This is the final project for Zachary Taylor. He was born November 24th, 1784 and died July 9th, 1850. President Taylor was our 12th President of the United States. He belonged to the Whig Party. And some contextualization. Taylor was a member of the Whig Party. His values were set towards modernization and looked towards the future. The Whigs were led by Henry Clay, and they were generally wealthy elites, pro-business, and they hoped to utilize both state and federal governments to encourage economic growth. They supported centralized banking, high tariffs, and pro-labor and urban. Zachary Taylor had one of the shortest terms, only 16 months. He served from 1849 to 1850. He died from a stomach virus. These are his pre-presidential accomplishments, or just life. His father was a wealthy landowner in Louisville, Kentucky. He owned 10,000 acres and about 26 slaves. Taylor entered the military in 1808 as an officer, and he remained in the military up until his presidency. He became famous in Indian wars, fight against Chief Black Hawk and the Seminoles in Florida and other tribes. And although he fought the Indians, he also helped assist in the preservation of their land against white settlers. Taylor originally became famous and actually known because he was a war hero in the Mexican-American War. And a unique trend in American presidents is that you may not have a lot of political experience, but if you're a war hero, it's like you're the people's person. And that's why we see many war heroes in our president's history. But in the Mexican-American War, Taylor defeats Santa Anna. And some contextualization about the Mexican-American War. It began in 1846 and broke out because of territory and border disputes between President Polk. He was president before Taylor, and Mexico. And American forces were extremely successful, and they were able to gain additional land. Under the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, the United States was given the Mexican cession, and that includes the majority of the modern Southwest. A picture of Taylor, his official presidential portrait. And this is his domestic policy. Right in the front and center, I have a C+. As he did serve a very short term, Taylor did not have time to complete all that he wanted to, yet his intentions were very good. So first, for domestic policy, early in his terms, he showed anti-slavery values, and he also encouraged popular sovereignty in the Mexican cession. He encouraged California and New Mexico to write constitutions and apply for statehood. And he wanted Congress to admit California and New Mexico. Popular sovereignty is allowing new states to decide if they would be free or a slave state, and similar to the conflicts in the Mexican cession, Bleeding Kansas occurred because of the slave and popular sovereignty debate. And Bleeding Kansas was a result of the Kansas-Nebraska Act. And I gave Taylor a C in domestic policy for his effort. As I said before, he had good intentions during his presidency, but unfortunately they could not be carried out. For foreign affairs, along with domestic policy, Taylor was never that involved in politics, so he did do one thing, as you can see here, was the Clayton-Bulwer Treaty with Britain, and it was plans to build a canal. And with this treaty, both Britain and the United States agreed to abandon control of any canal built through Nicaragua, And the treaty actually weakened the policy of manifest destiny that has been followed since the beginning, because this is pretty significant, and obviously the only significant accomplishment in foreign affairs for Taylor. I give it a D minus again. This treaty is important, but it's just not enough. There's not enough accomplishments to give him a grade. And this is my works cited, and this is the end of Zachary Taylor's presidency.